welcome back to another video. Today is day 11. So now we are, what is that? 19 days until 30. So we are well on our way to the road to 30. And I'm excited that we're having all these productive conversations about some things that we need to all do as we navigate this crazy world. But yeah, so today's topic is an interesting one and I'm excited. So let's get into it. Number 11, learn to communicate my feelings better in the moment. And I know for myself, I sometimes have trouble communicating how I feel in the moment when something happens with someone else. And I think that's also connected with me not being able to tap into my feelings because I don't ever allow myself to cry. So it is hard for me to be like, in the moment that it happens, for me to be like, I didn't like that, or don't do that, or whatever that means, or whatever it is that I need to say, right? I think that I have the ability of being able to go back, overthink, process, and come back and have a conversation about it later. But sometimes the later never comes, right? Sometimes either the person that moved on and they're no longer in that space to have a productive conversation, or you forgot to have the conversation with the person and then the person then crosses the boundary that you were trying to set. But I think in the moment, I know if something hurt me, I know if I didn't like something, or I know if I didn't like what was said to me or whatever like that in the moment. So I want to be able to get better at being able to, kind of draw that line in the sand and create those boundaries for myself. Because if you don't, I realize that, people will test boundaries just to see if they can. And I want to be able to be like in the moment, like, nah. Like, that is a boundary of mine and that's not okay. Because even when people say things that are like awkward, or people say things that are like uncomfortable, I usually feel so awkward about it that I just giggle and I kind of like move along, right? So I think that then people think that like, oh, they can joke with me that way, or they can say inappropriate things to me that way. And it's just because like in that moment I didn't like, kind of like, build up the courage, I guess, to be able to draw that boundary in the line. And I think I want to be able to do that not only with the people that are close to me, like, like my family and my friends, my coworkers, but also with like strangers. Because strangers be saying some off the wall things to you, like, sir, you don't know me. Like, why are you saying that to me? So I want to be able to be like, that's not funny. Or like, that's not okay. Like, why would you say that? And I want to be able to do those things and not just giggle and laugh in that like nervous, awkward way, because I didn't feel comfortable with like drawing my line in the sand. So again, I want to learn to communicate my feelings better in the moment. And I want to get to the point that I don't care how awkward it is. I don't care how nervous I am. I want to be able to express exactly what my boundaries are and what I'm feeling, no matter the person. And I think that sometimes it's harder for some when it's, someone that you're really close to and you don't want to hurt them or hurt their feelings, or if it's a stranger that you don't know, when we got to think about it as women, our safety and stuff like that. But, and still being respectful and still being courteous, I still want to be like, that's not okay for me, and be able to stand in that. And even if they try to belittle it and just be like, because I feel like oftentimes people's rebuttal to that would be like, oh, I was just joking. And I'd be like, okay, well, I don't care if it was a joke. That's still not okay with me. And I want to get to that point that I can, draw my line in the sand and set those boundaries. Like, if you're Haitian, like I want people to know that like those boundaries are set and they know that it's something I'm not gonna allow them to cross. So again, thank you for joining me on this one, because I think that it's something, and it's a place that I realize that I need to grow in. And I'm glad that I acknowledged it and I can be able to identify that. So, tell me below, like, is that something that you feel like you need to do better? Or are you like that person? Like, it's a no for you. And like you said, very strong and very deep boundaries, which is great. And I want to get to that point. So tell me, like, how did you build that up? Or was that something that you're kind of like, that's like innate in you? So again, thank you for joining me on another day of the 30 for 30. And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And I will see you in another video.